Today I'm talking with a woman whose story inspires me every single time. Today we have the lovely Tammie, aka Lopixie. She walked away from a path that no longer aligned with who she was becoming. She left the military to honor her happiness and her purpose. This conversation is about courage, trusting yourself, trusting your God given purpose, and your alignment. This episode is for you. Hi, Tammie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm amazing. I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yes. So, on today's episode of Reignite Your Glow, we're going to be talking about something that I think a lot of women struggle with. But you hopped out the window.
I did.
Hopped out the window, and it looks like landed on your feet. So,
by the grace of God.
By the grace of God. So, I'm going to let you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your journey.
Okay, my name is Tammie, also known as Lopixie. I don't want to say I'm a mom, sorry. I am a boss.
Yes.
I am a trendsetter. I'm a woman of God. And about me? You want me to start talking about the military or?
So we can talk about, okay, so first let me ask you, right? When you hear the term reignite your glow, right? What does that mean to you? What do you think about when you hear a woman say, I want to I need to reignite my glow. I want to reignite my glow. What does that sound like to you? What does that mean to you?
That sounds like what you're doing isn't currently working for you. There's a shift and it's time for change. And I'm all about change. Change is actually beautiful. I think in every area, like, okay, so if you're not uncomfortable in your situation, then I feel like you're stagnant. You're not growing. Yeah. So I embrace the uncomfortableness because that means, okay, girl, it's time for you to elevate. It's time for you to do something different. But then I also make sure that whatever I'm doing is aligned with God. So I listen very closely to, to Him and make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Have you always been like that? Have you always been a person that, like, you just are a growth mindset type of person?
Absolutely.
So you feel like if it's, you know what, this feels too comfortable, let me kind of like up it and go to the next level, no matter what that might feel like, because the unknown is really uncomfortable.
It is.
So have you always been that person?
It's a little scared. Yes. You know what? I'm not too big on like astrology, but I'm an Aquarius.
Oh, you're Aquarius.
Yes, I'm an Aquarius, and we're like rebels by nature. And I just kind of don't conform. So it's really odd that I was in the military, but I had a lot of issues towards the end because my time was up there. I wasn't supposed to be doing what I was doing anymore. God said, girl, it's time. Like, get out of here. And I was scared. I was afraid. I wasn't listening. Because you know how you get used to doing something for so long.
Yeah.
I got comfortable. And God made me uncomfortable so that I can start to change, you know? Mm-hmm. Ew, I'm about to get emotional.
No, please get emotional.
No.
Let me tell you something. No. Like, it's okay because I think we're gonna kind of dive more deeper like into like your actual story because I'm very interested because I know a lot of women, what happens is, you know, at least for me, I'm gonna speak for myself, life went super fast. When high school ended, I went from like carefree to whatever I wanted to college. My mother's like, you have to be a nurse. I'm just like, nurse? What the fuck? I didn't want to be a nurse, but it was just like you need to make adult decisions. So I went from being carefree to like responsible, and it didn't align with me, right? I wanted to be a fashion designer.
Okay.
I wanted to model the clothes. My mother was just like, they don't make money. You need to do something practical. You need to be a nurse. And I'm like, okay. And I wish I would have kept that spirit about me. Like, I'm going to just do it anyway. But I just listen to my mom because it's my mom, right? And then I struggled for many years trying to find myself. And the deeper and deeper I got into this life, like of trying to be a career professional and trying to check the boxes for my parents and for my friends and for society, I just got kind of like, I lost myself. And then so it's to a point now is like, I'm 37 and I have a great professional career, but you know, I can't help but feel like there's a pull to do something else. like my yearn for freedom. I have a huge entrepreneurial spirit. And so when I hear your story and you're saying like I was in the military, because the military seems so like this is like a legit career, right?
Yeah.
Like lots of structure, lots of order, right? And then it's also stable, right?
Exactly. And a lot of people didn't understand. Okay, so I have 10 years. They're like, girl, just do 10 more years. I did.
That's a lot.
Yeah, right. Some people in the military, they're like, no, girl, just hurry and get to do your 10 and, be retired and whatnot. But I couldn't sacrifice my mental health anymore for some money.
So let's back up, right? How did you, because you said like you're naturally a rebel. So how did you even get to a point where you were applying for the military? What does that even look like?
That's a loaded question. Just get vulnerable here, okay?
Come on.
So I was in college in New York at Monroe College.
I went to Monroe College.
Shut up!
I went to New Rochelle campus. You was in the Bronx or New Rochelle?
No, I was in New Rochelle.
Girl, what?
Yes, full track scholarship and everything.
What?
Okay, I like that.
That's crazy. We're gonna have to connect afterwards.
Okay, for sure we are. So I was there. Then my mom called me. She had got sick, so then I came home. Then I got pregnant. So I have this baby, and I'm just trying to figure it out. And I just jumped into that. I was in survival mode. I got to figure some things out. The benefits are great, so I did that, and it just went from there.
So were you in the military? So you had your child first and then went to the military?
Mm-hmm.
And then so what did that look like when you were enlisted, right? So you have to go away at some point in time, right?
Yeah.
And your child was with your mother when you left? Okay. What was that like, leaving your child behind to...
It was horrible. It was so bad. It was so mentally, emotionally, and...
That's a lot.
It was. I cried all the time. Just think about baby. I'm like, oh my God, baby's not going to remember me. I had mommy guilt. I wanted to quit. I wanted to give up. But just something in me, I'm not a quitter. I'll change directions, but I won't quit.
I'll pivot.
Yeah, for sure. And so that was my motivation. I cannot fail because I spent all this time away from my kid for nothing. So I didn't want that to go to waste. So I just used my kid as motivation, and here we are.
That's crazy. Okay, so let's fast forward to you get to a point where you're just like, listen, this is just not for me. What did that look like? And then what was it? And not only what did it look like, but what did it feel like to just say, you know what, I am out of here? Because that leap must be scary.
The leap was definitely scary.
So what led you to it?
A lot of things. If I'm being honest, I never had it easy going into the military, doing training, and, even after. It's always been difficult for me. I had challenges even signing up while I was there.
Yeah, man, you just
it was horrible from the start. I cannot lie, but like I said, I don't quit. I don't give up. If I'm focused on something,
that's it.
Yeah, I have tunnel vision, and nobody can convince me to do anything other than what I want.
You giving me fire sign energy. You say you were crazy, but it's giving fire sign energy. I don't know, but okay.
When I even joined the Army, I didn't tell anybody until I signed the paper, because words are powerful and people can change your mind.
You don't want anyone to kind of discourage you from what you are.
Yeah, don't put fear into my plans.
Right.
Do not do that. So, I had issues, like I said, the entire time. And then it's really hard for single Black women in the military. We just have it rough. There's no real support there. They want you to sign over your rights and basically abandon your kid.
Yeah, that's what I was like. You went after you had your baby.
I couldn't do that. That's why I had some issues. But what was the question? I'm all over the place now.
No, you're actually fine. I was asking you basically, how did you get to the point of this, saying, I'm done with this?
Right. Okay. So again, I was just having a lot of issues in every area in my career, and the one that really put the nail in the coffin is my nephew. He was shot and killed 2 years ago, and I was already getting into it with my leadership, and I was home, grieving.
Yeah.
And they would, oh my God.
They're giving you a hard time.
They were giving me a hard time. I could not even grieve, like, in peace. So I just went back to work. I'm just trying to sit there, mind my business. And I put in my resignation. I did that maybe a week or two after my nephew passed away. I put in my resignation. And that last day, my boss literally tried to attack me.
Like physically?
Yes.
In the military?
Yes. Oh, it's so much stuff. I didn't even scratch female. I didn't even scratch the surface. Okay. But yeah, that was it for me. And I got out and I never looked back.
Did you have a plan? Or is it just like, I just quit? Did you have like a plan in your mind? You just were just so fed up. You just.
I was so fed up. I got out. I got out. And just so happened, my resume is lengthy. I've done a lot in the military, so by the grace of God, again, I was able to acquire another job within like a couple days.
Okay.
So I was really happy about that. Didn't stay there long either, and then I moved on to a better position. So
I love that.
God.
So you landed on your feet.
Mm-hmm.
That is scary.
It was terrifying.
It's scary. A lot of times I think, like I'm speaking about myself personally, I have to unfortunately get shoved off of a cliff. Like I have the notion in my mind that I want to do something, but I'm scared. I don't know why I get scared, because literally like every single thing I say I want to do and I do, it turns out perfectly fine,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, like you said earlier, like it's never like a loss. It's always a pivot. Like I don't fail. Like I do not fail. It's just more of a pivot. If I'm going through something and I'm like, oh, this is not kind of like looking how I want to look, I just pivot and I get there eventually. Just So I think what you did was actually like super amazing, and I think a lot of women, or a lot of people, I should say. The thing is, I don't want to give crazy advice and just say, if you have goals, just hop out the window and quit your job. I don't want to say that, but what I do want to say is it's important to definitely have faith and trust in yourself in whatever season that you're in, especially if it doesn't align with you. I think alignment is important, and I think, like you said, if you put God in everything that you do,
in every single thing,
that you're
like,
going to
every single thing
on your God. So, with all of that being said, so you left your professional career, you took a leap of faith, and you're here now. What season would you say that you're in now, in terms of like your growth and your development?
I'm in my do whatever I want to do season right now.
Heard you.
That's the season I'm in, because I was so focused on doing things for others or building up somebody else's business. Now I'm actually doing what I love and what I'm passionate about, which is, media, entertainment.
Okay, I was going to ask you too.
I also, host a lot of events. I just have a lot of personality. I'm bubbly. I like hosting. I like, bringing people together. I like, community, family, all of those things. So I'm just really in my entrepreneurial bag and just, helping others and giving back and, highlighting, using my platform to highlight others.
Yes.
Yeah, especially in the DMV area, because we have a lot of amazing talent and, career-driven men and women. Like, I just want, to shine the light on us, how amazing we are.
I love that. This conversation really was to kind of get like a conscious flowing about women kind of just like stepping into their power and not being afraid.
Because I just feel like at some point we just gotta do what we want to do, because at the end of the day gotta end.
At the end of the day, the
day has to end. And then if you sit there and you're stuck and you're scared about what it's gonna look like or how they're gonna judge, girl, they're gonna judge you anyway. Okay, you gotta do what you want to do. And then I also just feel like you have to put yourself out there to fail, because that's how you're gonna learn. That's what I do. I just do it. If I got a thought or I got an idea, I'm just do it.
Let me ask you a question, right? So, my business mentor, Lauren, she is always pushing me to post content. But me, I'm just like, to me, it's so cringe How do you get over that? Do you have that in your mind, like, oh my God, my content? Because I love your content. Like, your page to me is this. I'm like, yo, I got, the thing is, I'm confident naturally, but it's to a point I'm kind of just like pretty picky. So I'm just like, I don't want to put myself out there on social, but I know it's kind of a thing. You have to kind of be, if you have a brand, it's kind of imperative that you're on social media. But me and content, I don't. So how do you get over that? Do you have that cringy feeling when you post your content?
In the very beginning, I did.
Okay.
And like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I didn't. But the more that I did it,
You just don't care?
Yeah, I just don't care.
I like that.
That's just my personality anyway.
I like that. I like that. I was gonna ask you too, what advice would you give a woman stepping into that phase of her life? You know, she's gone through the struggles, she was kind of lost, but now she's building the confidence back, and now she's getting to the point she wants to jump out there. She wants to kind of, reignite her glow. What advice would you give her?
Do it. Do it scared.
Do it scared. I was gonna say that
because that's when you have the most authentic, genuine raw is when you just do it. You just jump out there and just do it. I don't know, yeah. I just feel like also...
I do it. I agree with you.
I feel like, because at the end of the day, we're all going to die. And we're all going to leave this planet someday, so why not, put it out there, do that, start that business, connect with that person. I'm a shooter. Shoot your shot.
Shoot or shoot.
Yeah, shoot or shoot.
Shoot or shoot.
I mean, we only have one life to live.
I always say that. I would hate to get to the end of my life and just have regret.
Exactly.
Like, damn, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do that? So I absolutely agree with you 100%.
You gotta just push yourself. Like, just do it.
And how do you feel about support? Because I know, like, for me personally, I find that I get a lot of support from strangers. My immediate friend group, they're amazing. But I find that I get more support from people who, like, don't know me. Like, so many DMs, so many things. And I think in the beginning, you're looking for, like, support from, like, your hometown, people who know you, like, acquaintances, whomever. And I find that you don't always get that. Sometimes that could be a hindrance because you're just, like, you're thinking your stuff or your content is not good because people who follow you, right, directly follow you, they're not liking your things or not sharing it. So you're just like, yo, my shit kind of ass probably because no one is not liking it, right? But I feel like you probably get the most support. So, like, what kind of advice do you have for people who kind of have that situation going on where they kind of like looking for support, not getting support?
What kind of advice do I have for people that's not really getting support?
Or would I think maybe I phrased that question kind of funky. Because maybe I answered it already. That was a loaded question. So I apologize. That was a loaded question, right? What I want to say truthfully is, like you said, do it scared and do without support. You have to just do things that you're afraid of doing and stop thinking about who's going to like it. Because I feel like your tribe is going to find you.
Exactly. I was going to say that.
Yeah,
they're going to find you. You're going to build your own community. I don't think you should be focused on the likes, the followers, none of that. I don't focus on that. I just post. Either you're going to like it or you're not. And then I post on all of my platforms. So sometimes it's a hit on TikTok and it's not a hit on Instagram. Sometimes it's a hit on YouTube and it's not a hit on, any of the other ones. And that's okay. But the algorithm is going to do what it needs to do. You just keep posting. You got to bully the algorithm.
Yes.
That's what I say. You got to bully the algorithm, really put your stuff out there and you'll find your people.
I love that.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5-10 years?
The next 5 or 10 years, I see myself on the billboard.
Yes, I see it too.
I see it too. I see me having my own, talk show with my own audience. I'm really big in my community, giving back. So I definitely want to have my own women's shelter. I do want to help, veterans, homeless veterans. I also want to fly all my girls out that were staying down with me on yachts and private jets and whatnot.
We have the same mindset. I literally just made a
I want to take care of my people.
Let me tell you. So one of my good friends, she's launching her own law firm. And so me and her, right? So right now, me and her are in competition. I was just like, yo, whoever gets to the first million will buy you a car. You can buy me a car.
Oh, I like that.
I was like, you can. I can slide right on in. I was just like, whoever gets to the first million, we'll get the dream car. So I like that. I love that. That's actually a goal of mine too. When I was young, I used to say I'm gonna get all my friends G-Wagons. So yeah, I like that. I love that.
Thank you.
I see you on the big screen too.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
And I see you there.
We're gonna get together, Monroe. Okay, look at that. I found a little sister friend. Okay, that's kind of crazy. You don't know about Monroe College, so
They
it's kind of
don't.
really crazy. Okay. Before we close out, tell the audience one message you would tell a woman who is afraid of change.
Do it. I say, oh, my bracelet, hold on. I say do it, and do it scared. You have the idea, God put it in your heart, in your mind for a reason. I also feel like if you don't listen to God, He's going to get that idea to somebody else. And you're going to be watching on the other end. And you're like, I had that dream, I had that vision, I wanted to do that, you know? Do it now while you have the motivation. Again, do it scared. I also learned that when I wanted to transition in my life and I was scared, God told me to jump. I had no parachute. I jumped straight out of the plane and God ended up giving me wings. So if you trust in Him and lean into your faith, everything is going to be okay. Do it now and do it scared. That's what happened.
That. Yes, I love that. So guys, please like, follow, and subscribe. And be sure to follow my girl Lopixie on Instagram. Go ahead, tag yourself, girl.
You can follow me on all platforms at xo.lopixie. And we'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.